Hi guys, welcome to this video. It's your boy again, Kunle Halagan. So if you have not seen our previous episode on all of these mystery stories that we've been bringing to you, please feel free to watch those clips. For those that have seen it and they've commented, thank you so much for all your feedback. This has been really useful, and hopefully everyone has learned a massive lesson from these videos. On this week's episode, we have another shocking story to bring to you guys. As I said to you, a lot of people are now sending in their stories to K90 channel to feature these. We've been receiving a lot of those. In fact, we have about 14 different videos to shoot now, and this is just one of those. But a lot of people are learning a lot from these videos. The positive feedbacks has been wonderful. I mean, the feedbacks has been really great, which is brilliant. And yeah, we can only continue to bring you all of this information. But having said all that, please make sure you subscribe to K90 channel on YouTube so that you can get all of this information, all of these videos as soon as they are uploaded. So for this week, the story we have for you is about a friend of mine who they told me this. He wants me to share this with you guys. I mean, he came into this country way before myself. We're talking of about 25 years now in the country, and he came across some friends, and he was told that he could get a council flat in UK easily within 1 week. And they said, okay, how do I go about it? And the next thing is he said, yes, you need to pay £3,500 and you just give us the name that you want the property to be in, and we will get it for you. So apparently this gentleman that was speaking to this my friend, he works with a council that is called Peckham Council. For everyone that knows Peckham is like a little Lagos. There's so many Nigerians there in Peckham. You know, there's nothing you want to buy from Nigeria, or you want to buy that is Nigeria related that you cannot find in Peckham. So many things being sold there, you know, Nigerians there, which is good. So back to the story. This gentleman was keen on doing this to get a council flat during that period, and but unfortunately he didn't have the stay in the country at that time, and he had this lady that they were dating. She's from Lebanon. She's a Lebanese lady, and they were really keen on getting married, both of them. And then he told the wife to be, the Lebanese lady, that if she's interested, he can give the guys her name so that they put the council flat on her name. Yeah, she said, yeah, she can trust him. Why not? I'm happy because she's got to stay in the country, so it's fine. And lo and behold, they paid the money to those guys, £3,500, and also they sent the name of the lady to the guys, and these guys works in Peckham Council. And then what then happened was that just about a week later, the guys at the council called this my friend that yes, the house is now ready. They can come to the council, and lo and behold, they got this council flat in Peckham, and they lived there for probably like 6 months, both of them, my friend and the Lebanese lady. After 6 months, they bought their own house, and then they rented that out, the council flat, and then they moved to their own house. For those that knows how it works in UK, before you can get a council flat, you should be on a queue. There are so many people waiting for that council flat because it's the cheapest in terms of accommodation that you can get. Everyone wants to get on the property ladder, but the easiest way and the cheapest way to get on there is for you to first get a council flat, because eventually, after about 3 years, the council flat will be sold to you at a very, very cheaper rate, possibly even about 50% discount will be given to you. So everyone wants council flat, but there's a process that you have to follow. Process, you have to first be legally staying in the country, and also you approach the council, you register, you fill a form, they put you on the waiting list, and you start bidding for the property. It could take up to 5 years, it could take up to 10 years before you are given, because there are priority lists. The people that are currently homeless, they are on top of the priority. The ladies, single ladies with children are also next on priority list. The disabled are also next on priority list, before it will trickle down to someone that is, working, that is got, accommodation currently somewhere, that is doing very well. They consider those that are a lot more vulnerable compared to those that are, okay. So that waiting list has to be completed. There's so much, period that you have to go through, and they will continue to ask you to bid for these properties every weekend, Thursday, Fridays, and by Monday, Tuesday they announce the winners. But it will always be in terms of their priority ladder, so you should and you have to go on there. So now think about the process that can last for 5 to 10 years, and some people somewhere said they can get it done for you in 1 week. That is a massive jump. That is more than being fast forwarded. So eventually this gentleman has gotten the flat for the lady, and they moved to their own house, and then they rented out that council flat in Peckham. 10 years later, I can say this again, 10 years later, when you feel everything is done and dusted, the council they started writing letter to the lady, the Lebanese lady, in their previous house that the council has as an alternative address for them. They started writing letter to them. They also wrote to them in the current council house as well, but she was not there. And she rented it out, and she has not seen those letters that were written by the Peckham Council. So they said they need to come to the office. They want to validate a number of things. They've been to the property. They are not sure who is living there. They just want that lady to come to the council with all her documents and things like that. But she never showed up because she has not even received those letters in the first instance. 12 years on, this lady traveled to Lebanon with her 2 children, and they were on their way back. At Heathrow Airport, she was stopped. The immigration said they've been looking for her. The police has been looking for her. A number of people, authority has been looking for her. Where has she been? She absconded. And she said, no, she is not aware that anyone is looking for her. Eventually, she was handcuffed and taken away. And she then called my friend, and my friend went to meet her at the detention. Now, it was like a child's play. That this is not going to get to anywhere. Definitely, there must be a mistake somewhere. According to my friend, that was his thought. But this was a serious case. So eventually, she was released with the children, and she was told to come back to the police station the following morning. And eventually she went there. She was detained again, and then they now told her that the Peckham Council has been investigating a number of things around the properties that were given to a number of people since some years ago. And they found that to be on the list of those people they are investigating, and they want to have words with her. And for your information, the investigation is around on 255 properties that were issued, that were given out during that period. And the people that were sitting in the authority in that situation, the people that were approving those council flats that were given out during that period, was a top boss, a Nigerian woman, and then a Kenyan man supporting her, and also a Ghanaian man. They were the three that kept approving every of these properties. And how did the council start investigating? This woman, she will spend lavishly in a party, attend Pecan party, Nigerian party. She will dress, spend so much money, lavishly spending. And also, there was one of those people that were given the property at that time. At the time that she got the property, she was not legally staying in the country. And then by the time she now got a stay, she now went back to Peckham Council and said she wants to change her name on the property to another name. And they said, what's going on? Yeah, could you change your name? Why do you want to change your name? Eventually, she literally came out and said that at the time she got the flat, she was not legally staying in the country, and now she's got a stay. She just want to change it to her name. And the officer on duty said, "What? How did you get this in the first instance when you are not legally staying in this country?" And that was how the investigation started. That for the period that those three worked on that position, all the files that came to their desk, they approved everything for those number of years. And it was around 255 houses that was given out. And think about it, these people taking around £3,500 from all of these people. I would leave you to do that math. That is shocking. That is shocking. Those people have made so much money, but they thought they got away with it. Now, back to the story. This gentle lady started, speaking to the police and saying whatever information they need, she's happy to give to them. And lo and behold, long story short, she was told she would need to come to the court, and she was arraigned to the court. Long story short, she got to the court. She asked her, she need barrister. She's got a barrister already. My friend has got a barrister for her. And for you to know, this is a serious case now. You cannot get just a solicitor, roadside solicitor to do this case. You need a barrister, and to pay a barrister in UK, it costs fortune for a barrister to attend a court case for you. Just one court case is about £5,000. So this gentleman has paid a barrister. Eventually they agreed that yes, he will do the case for them. And they kept asking this lady, she's so fragile, that she was just crying. That what has she got herself into? She was just crying. She couldn't say anything. So they eventually arraigned her in court with all other people, over 255 other people that were involved. They were all arraigned as well in court. And eventually she was jailed. This is shocking. Just on a council flat, she was jailed. And do you know what it means to be jailed in UK? It's serious criminal record. It simply means you cannot do anything again. This was the lady that was working with NHS previously, and eventually she lost that job because NHS did not see her. And also all her life savings of about 280k, £20,000, she had to pay back to the council because the council confiscated everything she had at that period, because the assumption was that she deprived other people that should have been benefiting on that council flat. She deprived them for those number of years, for 12 years, and all those money that she has been depriving those people, she must pay back. And she will not only pay back, she must also pay back the legal cost of the council back to the council. And that was the decision. So she lost everything, and eventually when she was then jailed from the court to the to taken away in handcuff to be jailed. A few weeks later, the family was worried in Lebanon. the Lebanese, they started calling her. She was not picking. Her phone was not going through anymore. And they called this my friend. And that was another key thing that happened during this period. They put so much pressure on my friend and said my friend has actually killed their sister. And they were coming for him. Eventually, they flew into UK from Lebanon. And they tackled this my friend big time. They tackled him. They were saying that he should bring her out. And eventually he had to tell that lady to call them, because there are some times that she will be given a phone to call her husband and they will both speak. He kept begging her that when you call, please, can you just call your brother? Can you just call? She was just crying. And eventually he had to open up to them what happened. Long story short, she was jailed for 2 years. She served just 1 year. She came out. And then what then transpired was that she decided that she would not go ahead with that marriage anymore with this my friend. And that he has ruined her life. So what then happened was that this gentle lady, she couldn't work anymore in UK. Her name is now being, given a criminal record. Also, all her bank accounts is now being released, but they're being monitored because there are still huge amount of money that she's still owing to the legal team of the council. And whenever any money gets into the account, automatically they just take that money straight away. Like that my friend was saying to me just this Monday, that like 2,000 pounds was paid into her account, and before she knew what was happening, this court case, the legal team, they've taken 1,000 pounds from that. So they are still dealing with her significantly, seriously. And another thing that has then happened is the marriage has broken down completely. Now, both of them are living under the same roof. They don't meet anymore. They don't talk to each other anymore. He said to me they only do hi, and that she is just waiting for the time that they will finalize the divorce, and she's fed up. So how did they get into this? How did they get into this? Just because of a council flat, you want to destroy your entire life and you destroy your family. We need to learn a massive lesson here. We need to learn to do things the right way, to be patient, to go through the right source, to go through the right channel and stop looking for shortcuts. We cannot continue seeking shortcuts, especially in this kind of country where cases of 50 years, 80 years, 100 years are still being revisited. You cannot escape it. There are so many cases I hear on TV now in UK that I have never heard in my life because I've never been here when it happened. They are still digging back, investigating, and they're capturing people. They have so much time to investigate people in this country. The only way is live a straightforward life. Stop cutting corner. I mean, let me hear what you guys think about this. Could there be anything that gentleman have done? Shouldn't have gone through that way. What do you guys think? There were a number of people that did that, and some literally I heard some people they went away with it because they got away with it because they got the property, and after 3 years they bought it from council, because when they first give it to you, it's like you are renting it, and you should never rent it out to someone else when you are renting from council, because it's at a very cheap rate. So they bought it after 3 years from the council, and about 5 years later they sold the property and they got the money and they moved on. And those ones, I'm not sure if they could be traced. So could they have done that as well I mean, but for me, I just feel that just do not do that. Don't go through those, shortcuts, and eventually you think you are successful, you think you have escaped it, and eventually it comes back to haunt you or to haunt you, and they investigate this. So once again, let me hear what you guys think about this. I mean, Nigerians in diaspora, they need to try to live a godly life, live a good life, do everything the right way. I mean, this country has given everyone opportunities to become whatever thing they want to become with proper dedication and hard work. Sky is the beginning for you. So I'm not sure if there's any reason to do this. Let me hear what you guys think. We have a lot of videos that we are still looking to shoot. As I said to you, we have so many stories like this that you can learn from, you can benefit from. So many that will be coming up shortly. But in the meantime, please, if you have not subscribed to K90 channel on YouTube, please kindly do so. Also, please don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching this video, and bye for now.